ESL Trailblazer back for another episode. I'm Nandis. Let's make something happen. I thought we could talk about feelings. And I'm so relieved that I'm back for this episode on feelings. I'm so relieved. Feelings. Feelings. Now, men, Polish men especially, but men in general, don't like expressing their feelings. But it's always a good tip for men to express their feelings when they're dating, when they're going out with women, when they're trying to get into relationships. It's a good idea to express your feelings. Whether you're learning English as a second language or not, that doesn't matter. You need to know some vocabulary to express the feelings that you have about certain issues, certain situations at work, school, relationships, family members, friends, whatever. Okay? So, number one for the boys out there. Express your feelings to the ladies. They like that. Okay? I'm going to give you some language connected with feelings. If you're learning English as a second language and you want to date someone who you need to speak English to, I got some words for you. Okay? Not only though, there can also be situations in work, in school, or even if you're a native speaker, obviously, any situation, social situation, where expressing your feelings could really, really make the difference between communicating better. That's another tip for this episode. Communication tip, conversation tip. Okay, if a communication is two-way, if there's a two-way communication happening in a conversation, this is going to engage the listener, your partner, the person you're speaking to. They're going to feel engaged. If you open up and you make yourself a little bit vulnerable by expressing your feelings, I know you feel a little bit vulnerable when you do that, but by doing that, you open yourself up, that other person sees that and wants to reciprocate. They want to respond, okay? Because remember, one of the tips of a good conversation is that people don't want to know, they don't want to listen to you describing things. They want to know about you. They care about you, okay? And that means expressing how you feel, okay? So please remember that. That's an important tip. Listener, whether you're a learner or a teacher, as a teacher, I told you last week, teacher tips. Engage with your students. That's a feeling, okay? Feeling engaged in a lesson, feeling engaged at work, like that you're doing work that you enjoy, that makes you want to work, makes you want to be involved in the meetings, in the projects. At school, being involved in class, you're engaged. Good word, okay? Amazing word. Amazing word, okay? So there you go. I gave you a teacher tip, I gave you a conversation communication tip, and I've given you a tip for relationships. Let's move on. All right, back to feelings. Self-conscious pronunciation, conscious, okay? A person who feels self-conscious, they're worried what other people are thinking of them when they're in public. So if you're a teacher and you feel self-conscious in front of a classroom of students, it's because you think that what the students are laughing at or what they're saying is about you. If you are in another public situation where you hear someone laughing or whispering, self-conscious people think that it's about them. And they're always worried about what others are thinking about them. They're always worried about that. And that worry is being self-conscious. So are you self-conscious when you're giving a presentation? When you're talking in meetings? Are you self-conscious? You might be feeling that way. It's a good word to know, to be able to express certain situations where, because all of us, no matter how confident we are, might be feeling this, okay? Another one is intimidated, feeling intimidated. We can feel intimidated by our teachers. Students can feel intimidated by teachers if the teacher is really like aggressive and coming on too strong and being very loud and in your face. It can be intimidating. Okay, in relationships, people might feel intimidated if you have like a kind of aggressive body language, okay? And at work, you might feel intimidated by other colleagues because they like to dominate. And intimidated makes you feel like you're a little bit scared. You can't express yourself the way you want because you think the other person is going to react against you or negatively towards you. Intimidated, okay? Inspired, I believe you know this word. We can inspire our students, teachers. We inspire through showing how engaged we are in our lessons, or by caring about our students, being engaged in the classroom, okay? By the lessons that we prepare for them, and by listening to them and talking to them, we can inspire them, all right? Quotes inspire people, song lyrics inspire people, movies inspire people. You get inspired by your boss maybe because they work hard, all right? Distracted, apprehensive, directionless, relieved, well supported, pressurized, perplexed. I repeat, perplexed, okay? Overwhelmed, disillusioned. There's a bunch. I'm not going to go through all of them because some of them you know. But disillusioned, it's a very nice word. Disillusioned is when you have a belief and then that belief gets broken because you had this belief about something maybe that you could do or accomplish. You had this belief about society, and then you discovered that it was wrong, that it was the wrong belief to have. And when you have a belief, you feel very strongly about it. So when you discover, or someone tells you that it's not accurate, it's not correct, you feel disillusioned. If you study something in college and you discover that it's not what you love, it's not what you want to do, you become disillusioned. Now you don't know what to do. You might get depressed, okay? If you do work that you don't really feel passionate about, you might become disillusioned, okay? If you try a new activity or task that everybody told you is worth doing and exciting and maybe easy to learn, and you discover that it's not easy for you or you're struggling, you might become disillusioned, okay? Nice word. You might feel pressurized at work. You might feel pressurized at home by family members. You might feel pressurized by your parents to deliver good grades. Okay. Well supported, on the other hand, if you feel well supported, then it's the kind of opposite of pressurized, right? You're going to be able to be maybe more confident, or when things are bad, when things are down, you know that you have others that can help you, push you up, and motivate you to keep going. Teachers, we need to motivate our students. Parents, motivate their kids. Okay? Bosses, supervisors, team leaders, motivate their team. Okay? So, distracted, you know what it is. I don't think I need to go. We can get distracted in an open office plan at work. All right? So, there are some words. Another one, apprehensive. Very, very nice word. Apprehensive. You might feel apprehensive before doing something that you've never done before, but you have some experience with. I know that's a little bit strange of a definition, but let's say you are giving a presentation to a much bigger group of people than you're used to. You'll feel apprehensive. You are maybe confident because you've done it before and you know how to give presentations, but you might feel a bit more apprehensive because the group is bigger, or because there's someone in your audience that is very important, maybe for a job promotion in the future, or getting some kind of recommendation. You might feel a little more apprehensive. Asking a girl out on a date, you might feel apprehensive, or you might feel intimidated by that girl, or vice versa. A girl might feel intimidated by a man. Probably that's the more regular scenario. Okay, I'm relieved that I've managed to get through all those words, but we're running out of time, and relief is a nice word to use when you pass your exam, matura is over, you're done, you're excited, congratulations. You're relieved when the job interview is over. I rest my case. So, as you can see, lots of lovely words that you can use to express feelings. Feelings are important. I've told you how important they are in conversation. I've given you that tip. So, that's all I got for today. I will see you next week. I'm looking forward to it. You know what to do. Subscribe right down here. Tell people about this if you enjoy it, okay? I do this with pleasure. It is an honor, okay? I will see everybody next week for another episode. I really appreciate the feedback. You know how important it is. Remember, Padlet, I'm advocating the site for teachers. Great site, great tool to use for teachers to engage your students. I'll see you next week for another episode. You have a great one. The sun is shining. It's spring. Go get 'em. Build momentum. Let's make something happen. I'm Nanda signing out. Later, everybody.